White snow, something we've had quite a bit of this year. Down at the house, Sycamore Drive. And it has been quite the winter. And with the winter comes numerous things along with it. And we are going to go check one of them out. What is it? The dunes. Those are what I called the Three Sisters here a couple weeks ago. And we're going to take and do a little tour of the dunes. And we'll see the Three Sisters up a little closer. Okay, one of my numerous safety devices. I got a pole for testing out things. I've got 3 ice screws, 2 corkscrews, some rope and clamps on my feet, and just about enough to pull me out if I go in. Yes sir, it's great living beside the lake. Even though when you look out the window sometimes you wouldn't even know there's a lake out there. In the summer when it's flat, you can't even see it. Okay, this is the way down to the lake. There's 3 ways. You can go straight, left, or right. We are going to go to the left and down yonder. Yes, almost invisible. Well, here are the dunes. We're facing east, heading down. That goes down to the condos, or actually Kelso Beach at first. It's almost featureless, and it's a lot of white down here. Here we're looking to the west. This guy has built numerous times onto this place. I think we're going to head this way first and then back down the other way. What's that there, you say? Well, we're going to look. Don't even think of it. Yep. This is what you call a retaining wall. Zowie, it's not part of the dunes, but it's something. How did they get the blocks down? They rolled them from the top of the bank, each and every one of them. And here's the way down here. I think this guy's got some money. Not a stick of wind out here today. That's why I am doing it. Wow. These are something. I've never seen them this big, but I've never seen them certainly this big down here below the house. And not this high either. There's some that are, oh, I'm going to say 12 to 15 feet up off the surface of the water. There's really only very few places that you can even get down from the dunes. And right here is the little community below the house. There's about, I don't know, I'll have to count how many cottages there are. Yes, there's several features, and this is, we'll start off with this one. This is, I don't know, what is it, 12 feet down to there, and what's underneath this, I'm not real sure. Yes, you want to make sure where you walk, because you could just step off into, well, snow, water. Now, would you call this like a double whammy? I think that goes through, but I'm not sure. Peaks and volcanoes. Yes, it would have been very interesting to watch this one get formed, as with all the other ones. Now this one definitely goes through. Oh man. What the heck is... Ah, yeah, a cave, is it? Well, and if that was a cave, is this also a cave? I don't know. It does go through though. One of the neat things that would be able to do with the right wind is taking kite ski right down through there. Boop, 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 boop. Just don't end up somewhere where you don't want to be. Yes, I'm standing on one of the many peninsulas that have been formed by the water. And it's a very jagged coastline here. There's another one of the peninsulas. Well, I'd say this could be a leg breaker. This crack I don't think was this wide yesterday. Or I should say 2 days ago. So they're probably starting to fall apart. I don't know. One of the problems of the dunes is you get down there, as this animal was down there, you get down there and you can't get off because he couldn't climb that, but it looks like he tried. And he certainly isn't going to climb up a wall like this. I don't know, could I? One of the many volcanoes. If you've never seen the dunes being formed, it's quite the sight because of the water splashing up, several feet above the peak of the volcano here. That crevice there is probably 12 feet. Well, it looks like whatever it was either found a way off the ice or is still on the ice. Who knows? Well, here we go. We got a little inlet right here. And it looks like I think it's a dog, must have tried to get off there, but I don't think he succeeded. And over yonder, what is that? We call that the party house. Well, that'd make a nice little seat, except that you probably wouldn't want it to go through. Now, I don't know what kind of tracks those are, but whatever it was, certainly could climb pretty good. But it would be awfully hard to climb out of this one. Although, look, something was down in there. An animal of some sort, and I don't think it was the dog. Yes, the party house. Two brothers own this house. They're pretty young and they party a lot. And right on their deck there, they have bands. We were down here a couple times during the summer. They had live bands, and it must have been 100 or better people. But one problem with this place is that you can't keep anything of value because it keeps getting broke into. Well, this almost looks like something that could eat you alive here. Bit of a configuration that is a little different. Are those eyes there? Okay, you wouldn't call it a cave. I guess you could call it an arch. And to think there are miles and miles and miles of this. What do you think I'd call this one? I guess I'd call this one Holy Moly. Yep. Let's see here. Holy moly also. Yes, there is a lot of ice here. Man, I tell you, we're looking out to the east and it just stretches all the way out to the peninsula. And down yonder, I think most everybody's heard of Kelso Beach. Another bank, another break wall. Well, this one's a lot more colorful though. Holy moly. The graffiti guys got this pretty good. They haven't got the other one yet. And one last shot of Kelso Beach. There's quite a few houses down there actually. What are they called? Stalactites, stalagmites. Yep, here's the arch from another perspective. Wow, that's kind of neat. So, we are thinking another perspective. The dunes get seen a lot from above and looking down into them. But, yes, a different perspective. We are on the lake, and we're looking at the side that made the dunes, which is not a perspective that you really get very much because things just don't happen that way very often. Oh yeah, this is cool. And what is that? Right here is the Three Sisters. 1, 2, 3. But they're not all dunes, we found out. This is a dune, but it's also an island. Couldn't tell that from up there. And you got a little inlet, and let's look at this. Some doofus was out here kite skiing. I wonder who that would be. Right here is one of the only places that I found to get down onto the dune or onto the lake. About one of the only places in a half a mile or so. Yeah, well, this was cool, and this is cool, because this is a giant archway. Yes, this is the one we saw just a little bit ago. And I called my brother from here the other day, first day I was in here. But he wasn't home, unfortunately for him. And it actually leads out. Now the doofus didn't kite ski through here because there was an arch. But I tell you, the first time I walked through here, it was a little creepy. Yeah, but with all the safety gear, even if you went through, you could still get yourself out. Well, here's that doofus of a kite skier again, zipping around the dunes. Yes, white, white, white. Everything is white. I think we saw this one from above. Actually, I know we did. Because, how do we know? Do we recognize it? We should, because there are the animal tracks. I just hope it isn't a polar bear. I'll tell you, some of these little places make you want to go in there and put up a tent and stay the night. I don't think a fire would be a good idea, though. Yeah, I tell you, out here, there's a doofus of a kite skier again. It is white, 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 and that ice goes way out there. And as Heidi said, you're waiting for a polar bear to come walking across the ice to see you. Yeah, these are, every one is just so much different than the next one. You want to go inside and explore them all. And I have already been inside and explored them all. That's how I know that they're safe. I don't know how far that one goes back in there. Does it connect with something else? Okay, there's that stairway that was in front of us, going down to the big break wall. In this, I think we peered down into this, didn't we? Oh yes, we did peer into this. And it's one of these interesting ones. Yeah, it's even a little hollow sounding here. And right up into the sky. Wow. It's pretty cool. Man, there's a lot of ice. Just think, this goes for miles and miles and miles. And yes, this was another one of those ones that we peered down into. And I think a cave or arch, I don't know. It almost looks like a throat ready to swallow you up. But I don't think it's about ready to swallow up anybody. Well, if it does swallow somebody up, it'll be me. And then I will have it all on tape. But you can see in here where it would be rather tough to get out of these. You know, you can't just climb right straight up that wall. That's where the ice crews would come in to take and get up and out. The other night, the moon was right up there. Unfortunately, I can't get any good perspective because of the fact that I'm not in it. But my pole is 6 feet long, so it reaches up there. And it's probably good 12 foot up to the top. And things are melting all right. Yeah, you wouldn't want to have an earthquake right now, would we? Now, that's a nice little thing up there. Here's one of the first ones that we looked down into right here. So we've traveled to and fro, kinda. Yep, the ice is getting a little rough up here. So it looks like we need to find some kind of way off. That could be a challenge. Basically, we are at the bottom of Powell Avenue, even though you can't tell. I haven't been in this one yet. When you haven't been in one, you go along like this to make sure that everything's all right. Everything seems to be all right. This is one of the larger walled ones that I've seen so far. Wow, can you imagine the water spitting up out of that opening? That opening is quite large. I'll get a shot of this opening a little bit later. Oh yeah, this is still the same one, but before I walked off, I noticed something right here. See this? That's rock. And that means we are